Hey everyone, this is my dungeon procedural generation for my portfolio project. In just a moment I'm about to hit the magic button and the dungeon will procedurally generate with rooms, doors and various props. So, thanks to the Legend of Grimrock music in the background, which I've inspired this portfolio project to, let's get started. I've hit the button and it's going to load it up. And here we go. Welcome to the dungeon. Oh, there's one of the doors already. So here you go, we've got walls, torches, ceilings and floors. This is not optimised with LODs and stuff like that, so you may see models appearing in and out. So here we go. As you can see, all of the walls are procedurally generated with bricks. The bricks have been constructed in a certain way and that they're spaced about so that each wall is different with a variety of brick types. The floors are a bit more simpler, they're just a variety of floor meshes that are replaced in and out. At the moment, there's the ceiling's not been put in yet, that's just being done. This is just a quick preview of what I've been doing so far. Okay. Pillars spawn on each corner of the walls and they rotate, and the blocks in the middle rotate as well, so each pillar is also different. And torches randomly spawn on walls to give a nice light into the dungeon itself. So let's go to the next room, shall we? Here we go. Here's one of the doors, and as soon as you bump into it, it animates, and we go into the next room. Let's proceed. Here we go. And the second room is unveiled. Randomly, procedurally generated. So let's see. The doors spawn one for each facing. At the moment there's only one facing for one exit for each room. More can be added, but the code doesn't support that just yet, but it is possible with the system that I've been put in place. Okay, let's go to the next room. The dungeon itself does not rely on the grid, it generates from each node to another, so technically the dungeon is limitless, and also, oh, it spawned in the corner, how handy. The dungeon is limitless, so it can spawn on forever, as I've just said, and also it can be in 3 dimensions. We could make it go upstairs, we could make it go downstairs. Since it doesn't rely on a grid, I can just increase the Z height of all the meshes by 64 and we're on the next floor. I would just have to make a stair mesh and some different code to recognise that that room makes all the meshes go up by 1 from there. So let's take a look at this room. Go. Yeah. So my inspiration for this project was Legend of Grimrock. It's an excellent old school pen and paper game which is brought to the PC, so thank you for that, and it's wonderful music. So yeah, I think we've seen enough of this. Let's exit this and we can see the code, the inner workings as it were. The absolute mess and disaster. So here we've got some settings. We can set how big the rooms are. Oh, let's move it to the correct screen. We can set how big the rooms are, how many tiles to remove in the rooms, the number of rooms, a debug mode so I know where things are and what to detect, how long the hallways are, minimum and maximum. So let's go to generate rooms, and it's massive amounts of code. It has grown since last time and it's horribly archaic and could be optimized, but it works for what we want to do. As this is more of a technical art project rather than purely technical. So as long as it works for me, it's all good. I'm not going to get too heavy into the code, it's just to show off what I've done for this project and I can show you what needs to be done. So we'll give a brief overview. So we set the variables here, so if we ever want to remake the dungeon in the same instance, we can do so. It's going to remove all the floors. It's going to set the amount of facings. It's a weighted conversion, so the rare is 40-40-20, so 40% chance to have one exit, 40% chance to have 2 exits, and 20% chance to have 3 exits. At the moment, we've only set it to 1 exit because the code doesn't currently support it. Next, we're going to have an exit facing randomizer, 2 being north, 3 being east, 4 being south, 5 being west. And the reason for that is 0 and 1 are used for other things, so it's an ID for each, like if it were a grid-based system, then each space would have an ID, but I've used that idea in this system. So then it just detects the ID of that specific tile, and it tells me, hey, this tile is this face, and it does some other code for later on. Here we generate the floor, and then we change the XY coordinates of spawning a tile. And here, as we spawn the walls and the pillars, it automatically detects what kind of walls and pillars to generate. So if it's... So the meshes, let's go to the meshes themselves. We go to wall, where would it be? We'll go to the blueprint actually. People. Go to here. So in this checkerboard space, that's for a plane of dirt. If so, in that area, bricks spawn, but you don't see the pillars. The pillars spawn separately, because if the pillars spawned with the walls, then on the pillars would be colliding twice. So it automatically, the code I showed earlier automatically detects what walls are present and places one pillar, and that's it. So it's very efficient in that sense in terms of polygons. So let's generate it one more time, just to showcase the actual generation. Let's hope it plays nice. It's loading right now. Here we go. As you can see, automatically generated right there. We're going to do it one more time, just to show it off again. It's going to load again. And here we go. It's completely different each time. There we go. And that's it. That's a preview of my dungeon generation. And, you know, there's more things to be done. I've got other projects to work on, but after all that's done, I'm going to work on this some more. I'm going to make the doors, have more doors, make each room scalable independently, and also add a 3D element and add some more props, because I'm really interested in this project and I've been enjoying it a lot. So thank you for watching this video and listening to the great music of Legend of Grimrock, which is my inspiration for this project. Thanks a lot.